This is 37th Street Radio and TV, and of course, we are out here hooking you up with the best of the best when it comes to interviews. And today we have another special guest. So, guest, please introduce yourself.
My name is Sanya Muiruri.
So, of course, I know you as an actor, but an actor and also film producer. So, I just want us to talk about how did you even find yourself in film at the first place?
I found myself in film towards the end of campus, because I was finishing campus around, I graduated in 2010, but around 2007 is because I had gone to do campus in Uganda. But basically, at that time, I'd come back and I was looking for, after you finish your course, you look for attachments and internships and things like that. So I was looking for jobs based on, I was walking around in my transcript looking for work, because my dream was to work in an NGO, because I did a degree in social sciences. And it wasn't easy to get a job at that time. And at that time, my mother used to see me in the house and she's like, "Oh, you're looking for a job? There's a friend of mine who can, you go with him, you see what he does." So her friend is the man who introduced me to film. His name is Konga Bandu. He passed away. But Konga took me on a set. The first time I was on a set. And I was playing an extra for a movie. It was called Forgotten. It wasn't released. And all I had to do was I was a pallbearer. So as a pallbearer, there was 4 of us. And I was really stressed because I thought that there was someone dead in the coffin. And they opened up the coffin and they said they had put sandbags inside. So I was like, this is what people do in movies. And at that time, I think when I finished that job, I was given 2,500, and that to me was like, wow, it was so much money, In 2007, 2,500 was money. I was like, why? Is this what happens in film? And then after that, I started getting, because I've always liked watching movies and animation and stuff like that, but now I started getting interested. But also at the same time, I'm like, no, I want to work in an NGO. This film stuff would, it's just an interest, curiosity. So after that, I got in contact with my friend. His sister actually does this work, and I talked to him, and I was able to get on a project with him. So basically, my first one of my first jobs was as a production assistant for a show that was called Patricia Show. So I did that job, and by this time I was waiting to graduate. So at this time I was like, hey, there's work here, I'm getting paid. So I started learning slowly by slowly how to do things. So I was a production assistant first. Then I became an assistant floor manager. Then I became a floor manager. And this was based on the many jobs I used to do, because at that time, all the TV and film stuff used to happen at Supersport. It was called Film Studios. Now it's called Supersport Studios. So there were many offices. So if you knew people, you'd go and every day you just walk around the compound and ask if there's a job, if there's a job, if there's a job. So I'd get a small job here and there. And so I started doing the work from 2008. I did many small projects. I've done, there was a show for individuals called Top Comic. I was floor manager for that. There was Patricia Show, season 1. I was production assistant for that. There was a show for Urban Brew Studios, just called On the Mic. I was also floor manager for that. We did a few shoots with a company called Complete Video. I did some shoots with a company called Mandala TV. I did some shoots with Cinematics Solutions, and during this time, I worked then at around 2011. Towards the end of 2011. Because my most recent job was that one for Patricia Show. My work finished, so now I had to start looking for other jobs, because now the work had finished and jobs are not coming, because at that time the industry was there, but jobs would come around June, July. So I looked for another job, and I found myself working in a sacco, Harambee Sacco. I worked in Harambee Sacco for a bit, but after a while I found out that I can't. Me and finance we're not friends. So next to the building Harambee Sacco was Phoenix Theater. So one day I just walked into Phoenix Theater and I was like, hey, because I'd watched a play there at Phoenix. Because I was in, I don't know who invited me. Someone invited me to watch a play, so I came and watched a play. Now I was like, I want to do a play. The last time I did a play, I think I was in nursery. I'd never done a play before, because in high school, I went to, like in Form 1, I was in Upper Hill School. In Form 1, the day for clubs, I was told to go and join a club. So I was like, drama club. Everyone is going to drama club. Drama club looks like the thing that's happening. But on my way to drama club, there's a prefect I met and told me, unaenda wapi? I was like, naenda drama club. Told me, drama imejaa, naenda music. I was like, okay. So I went to music. And when I was in music, I was like, this is a nice way to pass time here. And while I was in music club, after I think a month, guys started running away from drama club because it was too much. Because you had to, And then he came, he looked at me, he was like, you wanted to come to drama? I told him, no, I don't want drama. I'm in music club. And in music, I was in choir. I loved being in choir, because I made choir was performing. So I sang Paka Form 4. But then now let's get back to this time. I was working in the circle. I was like, I've never been, because the last time I was on stage I was a child. So I so I joined Phoenix Theater. Phoenix Theater, I did 2 plays. That was in 2012. I was able to do 2 plays. But also at the same time, while I'm also there at Phoenix, I was still applying for other jobs. Then I got to get a job in BBC. So BBC, I worked there from 2012 to 2015, beginning of 2015. It was a show called BBC Sema Kenya. So BBC Sema Kenya, our work was to have a talk show in different counties and talk about devolution, because the constitution had just changed, and now we're going to have governors and MCAs and senators and things like that. So my work was to go to different counties, and on that show I was in the audience team. So audience team, basically, I was an audience producer. So my work is to make sure, like for example, if we go to Kericho, we have to look at the main issues. Main issues of guys in Kericho is, for example, tea. So if 30% of the problems with Kericho are tea related, you need to find tea farmers, you need to find people from tea factories. So our work is to go on the ground, get people looking at the demographics. So I worked there as an audience producer, And then after that, the funding ilisha kidogo. And also in 2012, as well, I was able to work on a project that was called Something Necessary with One Fine Day Films. So after I did that project with One Fine Day Films, then that's what I went to BBC. And then 2015, now that the BBC job finished, so I was looking back to do crew jobs because I was like behind the camera. But now the people I used to work with in 2012, because I wasn't able to, the BBC job was full time, and most of the time you're not here, you're in another county, so you can't be able to freelance as such. Yeah, so I didn't freelance, which was a mistake. So now when the job finished, I couldn't get any crew jobs. So my sister sent me a casting call. So I was like, hey, what is this casting call? At that time, I hadn't been to an audition. So I went to a casting call, Blue Sky. And I went there. I was like, oh my gosh, how am I even going to get a role? There are so many actors. There's so many actors here. You know, people like I saw like Nick Mutuma, like forgotten what his name. He used to do Straight Up on KTN. You know, like serious actors. I was like, what? Things here, serious. But I was able to get a role, and it was a Tusker commercial. Then after that, after the Tusker commercial, I was like, if you do a commercial, you get paid. You can get to do this. And so after I did the commercial, I was called for small roles. I did many small roles, some in commercials. So I've done maybe 8 commercials from 2015 to now. 8 or 10. I'm not very sure, because might have to look at my CV. But also during that time, I was able to also start. I did some short films as well. I did some short films, some for Machawood, some for other competitions. And then also between 2015, 2016. So from 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019, every year I was able to do a play, a musical. So on stage, I've done Cinderella, I've done Aladdin, I've done Lion King, but we called it Simba. Then I did another play that was called Dimwits. So roughly, I was able to do a play every year. But also during that time, I was able to work on other short films. And then also in 2017, in 2016, I was crew for Sense8 season 2, and I was crew for a film. I was able to go to Tanzania to do a film called Tunu. Then in 2017, I got my first role in a major film, which was Disconnect, which was directed by Tosh Gitonga. It's now on Netflix. And then I was also able to be crew on another film for One Fine Day called Supermodel. So that was 2017. And then 2018, I was still working on many projects. I was working on short films. I was working on going for, so now during that time is when now I started going for many auditions. And while I was going for these auditions, I started noticing that unless you're in a WhatsApp group, you won't know what's happening, because the people, guys now, the youth of today use WhatsApp more than Facebook. Mimi ni mtu wa Facebook, so not everything gets posted on Facebook. So you get, so I was able to form networks, and at some point I found out that the casting groups I was in had a lot of discussions, and not discussions that were necessarily productive, because now, let's say for example, you're in a casting group called 37th Street, yeah? And 37th Street is for auditions. But when you open 37th Street, you find Barry and Arthur have been having a conversation about football. Then Jane and Mary are talking about mtumba clothes. You understand? So by the time you scroll through, like you'd open the WhatsApp in the morning, you're finding 205 messages, but you have to sift through 205 messages to find kuna casting call hapa, kuna casting call hapa. So I with the many auditions I used to go to, I got some friends, and we sat down and we spoke about it, and then we were like, why don't we make a group? So right now I'm admin for there's one group on Telegram. It's called Casting Calls, and there's another. I have 2 groups on WhatsApp, and we had to be strict as admin. So in our casting groups, we don't allow people to put posts, to put forwards on anything not related to film, to put posts on anything not related to film, theater, journalism, TV. Like in that group, we will put a post on painting, we'll put a post on a painting exhibition, we'll put a post on poetry, we'll put a post on music, you understand? So because I found out that there's some of these groups for artists, because art is not easy. Art is, even for me, there are times I was like, hii kazi sistaki, and then I go look for something else. Art is not easy, and it's made less easy by the fact that you're in a group for acting, and someone anaweka post hapo, we need people for marketing, you know, pesa ya raka, pesa ya 3,000, pesa ya 6,000, or we need messengers. So I, like, with my friends, the admins in those other groups, we asked each other, if this group is for casting, yeah, why are you putting things that are not related to the arts? Why are you putting things, you're looking for accountants? If you want accountants, post that in a group where accountants are. And yes, because of my firmness in that group, in that group, nimepata, there are people who don't like me, but I told them it doesn't matter, because I remember I had an argument with an artist, and he was telling me that I cannot stop other posts from being put there because people have to survive. So people have to do anything to survive. And I told him, the minute you have that mentality that you need to do anything to survive, how will I be able to call you an actor? You understand? Because sikatai, you can do other jobs on the side, but have a group on WhatsApp that deals with those other jobs. Because even me, I know there's a group called Daily Windows. It'll post for you jobs, jobs, medicine, all those other jobs. Because also finding posts and jobs related to the arts is not easy as well. Even now, I try as much as possible to be in contact. I go to National Theatre, I take pictures, of those things and post them. And still there are some things I miss. You understand? Because you can't be everywhere at once. But if I find something on Instagram, I see if I follow the right people. I try as much as possible. And as a result of this networking, I've been able to go to many auditions. Yeah, but then this is now I think from around 2018 is when I started. We started forming these groups, and then beginning of 2019, I was rehearsing for a play. Then I was going to do a film. Then COVID hit. So the whole of 2019, yeah, things were hard. Things were hard because the whole of 2019, I think I worked in 2019 December, and I worked in 2019 December. I did I did a shoot for a film called Ayanle, and I did something for another project, and then there was 2020. Again, I don't remember what I was doing in 2020. I think we were just we're just trying to survive because things just became really hard. Then during 2021, I was able to do one or two commercials. Then I was a production manager for this series on Showmax called Famous. And then December of last year, I went for an audition. And in the audition, I was told it's for another series. So the casting director is called Isaiah. He asked me, Arthur, this thing is going to be for long. Are you sure you want this job? And I told him, if there's something that would give me joy, is to be able to survive off art in any form, whether it is TV, whether it is theater. And we did the auditions, and then so now currently I'm on a series called Salem on Maisha Magic, just done by Zebra. I play a character called Brayo. So that one it's running until November, and then we see if they'll renew our contracts. Then yeah.
So you've talked about your journey, and I couldn't help but notice how the jobs are very like today you are in a very big role, and then the production is done, and then next week you have to look for another opportunity. So it's not something that is very stable in this industry in Kenya right now. So for you, just looking back, what have you always done in order to push on yourself so that even if today you don't have a role, at least you can take care of your responsibilities?
Let me tell you, the truth is that I struggled a lot because of the fact that you could not get jobs that often. But to be in this decision, to be in this industry, you have to make you have to make, when you decide that you're going to do this business and you devote all your energies into this business, then you have to, how shall I put it? You must have perseverance. You understand? It's not easy. You see, like for example, someone who is a doctor, they have to constantly work hard and be a doctor and read and operate on people and stuff. You know, someone who's a lawyer. So you have to consciously find yourself, make sure that you're in these places. So by networking, you're able to do other things, because now, like, apart from the fact that I'm acting now, I still do crew jobs if I find, I still do commercial jobs if I find. I'm now going into voice acting as well. But to say the truth, there are times when things haven't been easy. I've been able to do other things. I help people with doing research, because these are like skills I've gotten from my years. I have my sister. She does a catering business with that. So basically, it's also seeing what other things that you can do that are in line with your skill set. Because like right now, I can't go and work in a bank. You understand? I can't decide now, usanii ni ngumu. I can't decide. I don't know how to work in a bank. I might have skills that can be used in a bank, but also the fact that you also have to understand yourself as a person. Like also you as Barry, you understand yourself as a person. You understand the jobs that you would like to do, because there's what you're doing now, and then there's the option of you working in a library, uko nyuma, making sure all the books. I mean, it's a nice job, yeah, but will that make you as Barry feel like this is what I want to do? And because it's also been a journey for me, because like right now I'm trying to see what else I can do in this field to make it become beneficial for us. And also now I want to start doing films that deal with social change, and I also want to see how, as Kenyan artists, if we can come up with a way to finance ourselves in getting films, and also things just basically during welfare. But I can tell you the truth. There are times back in the day when I couldn't find any work in film, I would go to another to go do something else. But then I'd find myself coming back here. So it's a conscious decision. You have to have the perseverance, you have to have the drive, because any artist will tell you, for example, like someone who does poetry, like someone who does plays, like someone who does music, there are times when you will feel like you don't want to do it, but it's a conscious decision to push yourself and do it.
I don't know if you have got to interact with these new actors. With your interaction with them, do you think they have the right mindset to take Kenyan level?
Just give me your question again.
I'm just talking about, I don't know if you have got a chance to interact with the new actors, young people who are starting out. Do they have the skill and the mindset to take Kenyan film to the next level?
There, I have interacted with these new actors, and some of them are very talented. Okay, they're all, we can say everyone is talented, but some of them are gifted. When I say talent, no, when I say talent, you can get better. You can get better at talent. But gifted means that this person is in acting, it's a gift. You understand? Like this, you can't teach what they have. And I know young people now who know. Like when I finished high school, when I even finished campus, I didn't know I want to be a producer or an actor. There are people I know, like, let me give you for example. I've worked with Pascal Tokodi. Pascal Tokodi is one of the few people, when I talk to him, he knows, he knew in high school he wants to be an actor. You understand? So we have talent like that who knew like from a very early age they want to be an actor, and they are very far in this industry. And sometimes I bump into people, or people send me messages on Instagram like, oh, or you find in some of the groups I am, someone saying, oh, I'm an actor, I know how to act. If someone just gives me a chance in this line of work, you have to go and look for work. No one is going to find you. You understand what I'm saying? People think, like, for example, you see, like, for example, if Aziad wasn't on TikTok, we wouldn't have seen her. You understand? If Aziad used to just dance in her own room, we wouldn't have known she's that good. And look where she is now. You understand? If King Kalala didn't start making those videos about long live the clan, I mean, like Aziad, King Kalala are now radio hosts, and that's because of the talent that they have, that they're able to use platforms. Because now you're finding someone saying, I am an actor, I can act here, choose me, but you have nothing online. You're not, because you see, now it's not like before. You know, before you had to really go to auditions. Even now, you still have to go to auditions, but you see, like right now, you can have an Instagram page, you can have you can TikTok. You understand? You can have a YouTube page. You know, these things are free, and I feel like some of the actors nowadays, these young actors, they think acting is, or seen as an act. They think acting is like just being given lines and just reciting. They don't understand that acting is a discipline, and once you train your body, you will also become disciplined. Because I can go somewhere with you, Barry, if we're doing auditions, yeah. And as soon as someone starts auditioning, I can tell you if this one is serious or this one is just, if this one is serious or this one is not serious. And also, I can tell you this one has something that we can work on, because people are not taking actors as seriously as it should be. And you find it with the youth, but also the government doesn't recognize actors. To be on some TV series like MTV, KTN, people are paid badly. People are paid really badly. You see now, like now, for example, why you're even finding like now Kenyans are looking to Netflix is because Netflix pays you money that you can say, hey, I can survive on this money for a while. You understand what I'm saying? And then also the other thing about industry that also is also helping it not take off as such, apart from a few locally renowned actors, yeah, like Lupita, she's in States, she lives in States. Wanurika was here, she's working in States. You understand? Because they're going to a place where talent is rewarded in terms of you can survive off of it. You understand? Here in Kenya, we also have a problem where Kenyans will not buy Kenyan. If you have a Kenyan film in the cinemas, apart from Kinafili who are doing good campaigns, people won't come. As opposed to like right now, Avengers Endgame was full every single day for 2 weeks. You understand? But a Kenyan film will probably be full on the first day, the second day, then after that, it can only run for a week. You understand? We need we haven't reached a place where we can sustain ourselves properly as actors, but and producers and work, because now you find yourself, you have to constantly, go to the next job, go to the next job, go to the next job. And then also, like for example, until today, you do an advert and your money gets delayed for 3 months. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So instead, yeah, so it's not easy. It's not easy, but some of us have chosen the struggle.
yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
so much for sharing with us your insights and what you have experienced in the industry. Thank you
Yeah.
so much. Wish you the best.
Okay. Thank you.